Multiple bombings of Ajip oil pipelines are said to have caused thousands of barrels of oil to pollute waterways, farms and fishing grounds in southern Bayelsa state in Nigeria. Italian parent company Eni says 16,000 barrels of oil per day were lost, and the company Monday began working to resume production. The government said similar attacks last week are costing $2.4 million a day. Residents blamed the explosions on Thursday and Friday on militants who want a bigger share of oil revenues for the producing states. Staying with Nigeria, donors at the African Union Summit have pledged $250 million for the fight against Boko Haram insurgents. The pledges will now not only assist Nigeria but the region in tackling the militants. While Nigerian authorities claim to have militarily defeated Boko Haram, the group continues to carry out vicious attacks on both civilian and military targets. Kelechi Emekalam reports on the aftermath of one of Boko Haram's bloodiest attacks in recent times.
This is what's left of Dalori. Wreckage of houses smoldering, and the mood here is somber. Dalori is about 5 kilometers east of Maiduguri, the capital. The town was attacked over the weekend by gunmen believed to be of the terrorist group Boko Haram. They torched several homes and killed at least 86 people here. Residents never saw it coming.
The insurgents burnt about 1,000 houses, animals and foodstuffs. They came in big numbers and started shooting sporadically. Many of us escaped to the bush. There are many dead bodies in the bush and we'll go and pick them for burial.
Dalori is home to the largest refugee camp in West Africa. The camp houses about 20,000 refugees who fled their homes as a result of the insurgency. A military spokesman had said the gunmen tried to break into the camp but were beaten back. The town is still tense in the aftermath of the incident. Residents fear for their safety.
Yesterday around 6:15, the bad guys came and launched a deadly attack in our village. The incident is beyond the strength of the masses. We are suffering. We don't have enough to defend ourselves. The only village we call home is now destroyed.
This is one in a series of attacks that have occurred recently in the region. It's the deadliest, too. The authorities keep insisting the insurgents have been defeated in spite of the persistent attacks. More than 20,000 people have been killed since Boko Haram launched its campaign for an Islamic State in 2009. Over 2 million others have been displaced from their homes. Kelechi Emekalam, CCTV Abuja, Nigeria.
Let's get more details on this situation in Nigeria. CCTV's Deji Badmas joins us live from Lagos. Deji, let's start with that report on the spillage following the attacks on oil pipelines in southern Bayelsa state. What more can you tell us about those behind the attacks and the impact of the spill?
Well, first, Penina, no group has claimed responsibility for the attack, but every finger is pointing at ex-militant in the Niger Delta region. There was a similar attack last month, also not in Bayelsa State, but in Delta State in the Niger Delta region. What we know is that the local residents in that area, it actually happened in Brass local government area of Bayelsa State. Of course, that's in southern Bayelsa, and the local residents are saying it is the biggest spillage they had ever seen in a very long time. What we understand is that farmlands have been taken over by oil, fishing grounds, and their water, of course, has been completely polluted. And so the residents are really feeling the pain of this. And to give you a sense of how massive this spillage is, a spokesperson of the oil company Ajip now, ENI now, because Ajip is actually a subsidiary of ENI, has come out to say during the period that the pipeline was vandalized, because the vandalism actually happened Thursday and Friday, and that between then and Monday when they started repairs, that actually 16,000 barrels of oil just flowed freely every day. So 16,000 barrels of oil will give you a sense of how badly polluted the area is, Penina.
Yeah, that's quite massive, Deji. Let's talk about the fight against Boko Haram. On Monday, donors at the AU headquarters pledged millions of dollars to assist Nigeria and the entire region fight that insurgency. Is there a sense that the $250 million pledged is adequate, and what's the government there saying about that?
Well, first off, the government hasn't said anything yet, but now talking about the $250 million, there's no question at all that it won't be adequate. We're talking about 8,700 troops. That's that the multinational joint task force is deploying for this operation against Boko Haram. We do not know for how long that operation would last. It could be a long drawn operation. It could last for years. We don't know. So definitely $250 million would certainly not be enough. But that is not the worry among leaders, especially leaders of the Lake Chad Basin countries now. The worry is what was expressed by the president of Chad, that's Idris Deby, when he said the issue is redeeming the pledges. I mean, we saw in the past that pledges were made. Nigeria, for instance, pledged $100 million in the past. It was only able to redeem 26, and now it has pledged additional $10 million. So the problem is that of redeeming the pledge. If the pledge is redeemed early enough, for instance, the European Union is pledging 50 million euros. If these pledges are redeemed early enough, then it will go a long way, at least to just get the troops off the ground and get the operation up and running. But until the pledges are redeemed, it just might be difficult. But certainly, that money would not be enough, Penina.
Yeah, and we're receiving reports that separatists have hijacked a merchant ship and they're threatening to blow it up with its foreign crew if authorities do not release a detained leader agitating for a breakaway state. Tell us more about that.
Well, the incident actually happened on Friday. That's what we're learning. It happened on Friday around the Bakassi Peninsula area. The Bakassi Peninsula is actually a disputed region now between Nigeria and Cameroon, even though that has been settled. So that area you would want to say belongs to Cameroon. There's still a dispute anyway. Well, we understand ex-militants in the Niger Delta region actually hijacked a merchant ship, that the ship was actually coming to Nigeria. Now, they hijacked the ship with its crew, and they are threatening to blow the ship up. They've actually given the Nigerian government 31 days within which to release Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu, as you know, is the leader of a group known as the Indigenous People of Biafra. They are seeking to break away from Nigeria. Of course, he's been tried in court now, and just a few days ago, a federal high court in Abuja denied him bail. So he's still been detained in prison custody, and this group is saying if the government does not release Nnamdi Kanu within 31 days, it will blow up the ship and its crew. Well, the federal government of Nigeria has not formally reacted, but a top military commander has actually said they're doing everything to rescue the crew and free the ship. But in terms of a formal reaction from the federal government of Nigeria, we haven't seen any at all. We do not know if negotiations are ongoing. We do not even know if the militants are actually serious and that they are going to carry out the threat. But actually, they've given Nigeria 31 days, and they're actually saying that they might decide to take action, that they might decide to blow up the ship even before the end of that 31 days, just to show how serious they are about this. Penina?
All right. Deji Badmas, live there in Lagos. Thank you.